Okay, we have made it across the Cambodia border. We have officially made it to Cambodia, and the city is not what I expected. This is like their main street area, and it's so nice. Got rooftop bars. Not too overpowering like a lot of the other cities' main streets are. It's just like casual, but still great bars. I love it here. Okay, we have arrived to the Cambodian killing fields. We have our audio guide tour ready. Only $6 US per person, which is pretty good. And we're gonna start at 1 and go from there. The Cambodian genocide took place between 1975 and 1979. It was a brutal period of mass murder and political repression led by the Khmer Rouge regime under Pol Pot. The Khmer Rouge, a communist group, sought to transform Cambodia into a rural, classless society. So this is a mass grave of 166 victims without heads. Because they kept the heads. The killing fields refer to mass graves scattered across Cambodia, where the Khmer Rouge executed and buried thousands of victims during the genocide. Victims, often tortured before being killed, were buried in shallow pits. This here is the killing tree. This tree was used by the Khmer Rouge to execute babies and young children. Soldiers would hold the infants by their feet and smash them against the tree, as a way to eliminate entire families and prevent future retaliation or rebellion. An estimated 1.7 to 2 million people, about a quarter of the population, died from starvation, overwork, or execution. The regime targeted intellectuals, ethnic minorities, and perceived political enemies. The memorial stupa holds more than 8,000 human skulls, which were excavated from mass graves at the site. The stupa serves as a powerful reminder of the scale of the atrocities committed and stands as a place of reflection and remembrance for the countless lives lost. Okay, we finished up the tour. Tough, really, really tough. We're gonna head to the S21 prison, which I know is gonna be even tougher, but super, super good to see.
I don't forget stuff.
It does. Really important to see, and just evil. But yeah, on to the next. S21 prison is located in Phnom Penh, and was originally a high school before being repurposed by the regime as a detention and torture center. The prison was used to interrogate, torture, and execute perceived enemies of the state.
The barbed wire covered the building. The barbed wire to prevent the people from escaping and killing themselves, like normally the door and the window.
Detainees included intellectuals, professionals, and anyone suspected of opposing the Khmer Rouge. The prison was notorious for its harsh conditions, with prisoners enduring severe physical and psychological abuse.
The school bit is like rock climbing and volleyball court.
Yeah.
But when they arrive, and this place converted to be the place for torture. People were tortured by hanging inside there. They hanging, they drop them down into the exactly port or drowning them into. Inside there, you can see in the window, you can see the brick wall, and that's the wall for divided the people in the small cell.
Wow. The facility was divided into several buildings, with cells often converted from classrooms. Torture and execution were systematic, and few prisoners survived.
And here, you can see it's the cell, right? It is the actual thing that have. And this one room, it's normally used to have the one classroom. It used to be the one classroom. It must be the one classroom and have the 11 cells like that. And 11 cells, and each of the cell have one person inside there. And you can see the bricks it really mess up because they're from the people who are unskilled. That's why just playing with carelessly. And this island, so they believe that they cannot pronounce anyways like this. And at the same time, you can see here, which have the hole here. It's many more holes right there. In one room, they divide it to be 16 cells. That's why you look in the cell and more narrow, right?
Yeah.
Because more narrow cell.
Yeah.
And the wooden cell will be like this. And each of the cell have also one. But we found that the cell, they didn't charcoal the people. But instead of charcoal, the cell have the door.
Yeah.
And you can see they have the door.
Locked on the outside.
Let's lock them on both sides like this. And this is the way that we do to the people.
The regime kept records of those who passed through S21, including photographs and detailed quote-unquote confessions obtained under duress.
And imagine is that during the Khmer Rouge time, the documentary that we have exactly about facts, but some documentary and photo it's not about facts, but about propaganda. Boy, and some here have the smiling boy. It's a propaganda photo that the Khmer Rouge create like to hiding about the facts.
Right.
But behind that, people more than that, the mass workers like that.
Right.
And that's why when we learning about the Khmer Rouge, the challenges that we have right now, and some let's play that they torture, some things like that.
So we are back from the killing fields in the S21 prison. We did opt to have a tour guide for the S21 prison instead of the audio guide, which I am really, really happy we did. We got more of an authentic feel of what happened, and he was able to add a lot of his own piece of information that I don't think we would have gotten from the audio tour, so I would honestly highly recommend it. And it was tough and horrible to see, but again, super important piece of history to learn from and learn about. It was like 100 to 103 degrees today, so it was, we were outside a lot of the time in the sun too, so we were just kind of both emotionally and physically drained. So we are back in our room enjoying some of the AC. We had lunch when we got back, and I think the rest of the plans for today is just possibly hit up the night market. Lots of clothes shopping, and you can get some food, which we had a late lunch, so we're not going to eat here, but looks pretty yummy. We have officially left Phnom Penh. We took a bus ride from hell. The AC did not work, and it got up to 104 degrees while we were driving, sweating the whole freaking time. But nonetheless, we made it to Kampot, and it's dinner time now, so we're about to go out. Look how pretty it is. The whole little town is so lit up everywhere. So pretty. While in Kampot, we hit a bit of travel fatigue, some heat exhaustion, and probably some mental exhaustion. So the next 4 days, we took the time to take some naps, eat good food, and do nothing with our time. There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. Wow. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, we'll be together. From Kampot, we went to Koh Rong, but that is a vlog all in itself, so after this, go watch that if you haven't already. Here, we are traveling from Koh Rong all the way to Battambang. Well, we have had quite the travel day. So we took a 45-minute ferry, got on a bus, or a van, drove 2 to 3 hours to Phnom Penh, which we did not expect. I thought we were going straight to Battambang, and then waited probably like 30 minutes, got on this other van that is just completely packed full like sardines. Like, my seat is so uncomfortable. But yeah, this is the van. Every single seat is full. 11. And I'm in the middle, which That seat hurts, Chase. Like, there's no padding on that seat. And there's no headrest. But now we just have pulled off. We still have 2 more hours, but people are eating, which we haven't ate all day. But the sunset is so pretty. But, yeah. We're almost there. Oh, dear Lord.
Since we only had 1 full day in Battambang, we decided to make the most of our time, and we booked a full day guided tour around Battambang. It was also 105 degrees this day. It was brutal. The first stop on this tour was to see a couple of the temples.
Yes, we
in
were
Battambang.
yesterday. So it was really staying at the Austin beach reading.
So our first temple stop. Pretty. We then stopped at a rice wine distillery in a local's house, which was so interesting to see. Here we got to not only taste some of the rice wines, especially this Cobra one right here. Not my favorite, but it was very interesting to try it. Oh yeah.
Yes. To make bread, to make wine. Bread also you can make. Yes. Yeah. People cut from the rice field. The rice wine. Yeah.
But we also got to see how they produce the rice wine.
You can smell? Hello? Nè, để phép đi ơi tới tia chai ba tháng còn ao ơi
Smells good.
thư ấyទៀត
Like dough.
A little bit. Kind of weird. I don't know.
chụp com phép nha con đăng này. Người ta lấy á.
We then got to see the production of rice
Rice
paper.
flour with water and little bit salt. And they cook by for steam water. And the rice skin again for the fire. And after they bring to rice field for fertilizer. Yeah. And one day they make around 1,500 to 2,000 rice paper.
Wow.
One day. So one bamboo around 60 rice paper.
Wow.
And then they dry by the sun 2 hours under the sun. Yeah. 2 hours to get dry.
After a quick little snack break, we headed to our next stop, which was the fish market.
And they have cold drink.
Okay.
You can smell this fish market miles away, and it was just as brutal walking through it as the video makes it look. People work in this fish market for hours at a time every day, and I could only stand about a minute of the smell before I felt like I was going to puke.
How's it?
We got to see how traditional bamboo sticky rice is made, which is so fascinating to see. It's also super delicious, and if you're in Battambang, definitely give it a try.
And they cook here 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Wow.
And after they cut the skin out right there.
Okay.
And they fell. 1,000 years they make this one.
For 1,000 years?
Yeah, when they build Angkor Wat, they don't have pot to cook. So they smell. So they cut the bamboo to cook the rice and soup. And they follow until now. Yeah. And they cut only young bamboo like this one. This is a young bamboo. Yeah. Cook 3 hours.
We then went over to one of the killing fields in Battambang and learned a little bit more about the history and what went on at these camps.
Can you temple? Man here. And children over there. Total 10,008 people. More, but I can find the bone only 10,008. And my family, 3 people get killed. My grandfather and 2 uncles. Now you go.
When they are sick, no doctor, no anything for the stomach, the liver. One day, maybe they want to not eat my room to keep by the bamboo. And after that, this
Now it's time to try the infamous bamboo train. It's super interesting how this train works. They build it on site.
So this is safe.
Wow, there we go. That's all it takes. And if someone is coming in the opposite direction, then they have to take off the train, let that person go by, and put everything back on. And this material sounded very heavy, so it is not easy work. After the bamboo train, we then hiked up a very long, steep hill to see the Killing Hill and the Killing Cave. People were forced to stand at the edge of this cliff and pushed off of the hill down to their death. If they somehow survived the fall, they were often paralyzed and unable to walk and would have to die a slow death. The very last person to be pushed off actually survived the fall because of all the bodies laying down, and he was able to walk his way to safety across the border, which
Kill all the
is
government
absolutely
here.
incredible.
Army government down there, very deep there. And they kill normal people, women over there, the other side.
This is where they
And
push
they
them
cannot
off.
run away because they tie like this and they shut the eye by the sky. And they no food, they very weak, you know.
Yeah.
They cannot walk straight because no food 3 days.
Oh man.
And then who no die with the food, they shoot by AK-47.
Oh.
Yeah. Only one. They don't want mad people. You know why? Communist, China, and in the silver temple have a different mean and one face smiling. You see, every Buddha and the other face no smiling. Like get knowledge. Buddhists get knowledge. Cycle of life. And people must to do something, learn something. Think something.
Oh.
The Killing Cave was a very difficult sight to see and learn about. The cave is where children were often killed brutally and then thrown into the cave, and the smell got so bad after many years you could smell it from miles away, and crows all over Asia would come just because of the smell and of the dead bodies.
And then before no state. 1980 they build a state and they bring all the bone go there.
Oh, they did.
So the 3 way they kill the children. One they get the leg, they hit with the stone and they throw them, and the other one by the bayonet, AK-47 knife. You know AK-47?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do like this, or they throw them and they wait. They hit the knife and they throw there, and by bamboo stick. They all die there, and all the blackbird grow from everywhere to eat the dead people here.
Oh my gosh.
From South Asia, all grow from everywhere. And after 3 or 4 years, very big smell here. Yeah, all the dead people. You see the bat? Yeah. But a few here.
Eventually, they were able to go in, build steps, and recover the skulls and put them in a stupa nearby.
And behind, people they tie and they no food. 3 or 4 days and no state, and they have an army around there. Only one they can walk when army not here. They go at night. And here they have magic water. They drop from the top of the mountain every day. So here before they call Killing Hell from 1970.
We then ended the very long day by watching bats fly out of this cave for hours. It was so crazy to see. My camera did die, so you were watching phone footage. Sorry about that. After a very long and hot day, we got on a bus and we went to Siem Reap, where we start the next morning seeing the hero
on our
rats.
way to go see the hero rats, they call them. They are these big rats that look for the landmines, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I'll show you when we get there.
Cambodia is one of the most heavily landmined countries in the world. Landmines and unexploded ordnance, UXO, pose a serious threat to civilian safety and hinder agricultural
Up to around 8
development.
years old. Longer lifespan than any other rats you see running around. So they train 1 year or 2 years if they need to repeat the training. It's the minefield that we already checked through. This is up in the north. Yeah, we pass Angkor Wat, 4 hours of driving from here. We checked it already. We checked it from south.
It is estimated that there are still around 1 million landmines and UXO scattered across Cambodia. The hero rats in Cambodia involve the use of African giant pouched rats trained to detect landmines and tuberculosis.
They were attractive to young boys. When the kids they far from their homes, they play with them. They not have teddy bears to carry around, no toys car. So when they
Approximately 64,000 people have been affected by landmines, with around 20,000 killed and 44,000 injured.
Sometimes you're using tractors to go on the road or climb the field. You're not way to set this out, so boom, immediately. Inside, they trip it over and they fall down. But this one not fall, but this top part of the mine will pull out instantly. And we got a similar kind to this one. They bounce up first, 4 meter and boom out. So they meant to target the top part of the body, meant to blind or meant to kill the soldier as well. Okay? And move on to the last one here. This is the top killer you can do here. Only 5 seconds, only 5 kilograms. To send out. So a person or back in the water when the soldier is stepping on it, boom. And not in big fire. Mostly the high pressure pushing outward. So the leg of the soldier gone. That's why we need a lot of response behind him to carry it. So most of the people they survive, but without a leg or both of the legs, and some people they die as well because the blood drain out too much, too far away from the blood. for the heroes. They've been out the fields risking their lives. And we got the hero card, and you can see the name of the cross. Zephaniah. It's a boy, 5 years old. Right now he's coming out to say hello. You can take pictures and videos of him. And please try not to touch.
African giant pouched rats are used in mine detection because their lightweight bodies do not trigger landmines. The rats are trained to sniff out explosives. When a rat detects a mine, it signals its trainer, who then carefully removes the mine. They have yet to lose a rat.
Yeah, big boy. He's the biggest one here. I always call him big boy. Yeah. And he's like a mafia, like a gangster. Even the way he talks.
The gym.
Yeah, he's ready. So we are attaching from the harness into the rope. Same thing. At the previous, we have the rat control like this. You can let them out on his own. He will go to the car. He will go for the food. You know, right? Let's go for it. Look at the guy. Go to the house. Okay. This is better. We have to pull a little bit, not too hard and strong. Just to get it up to the end. So you cannot miss a beat with the microphone. Yeah, he's expected this thing. Oh my, I clicked that. Okay. You heard it click? Running through this side here. That is peanut. And we went back. It's going back the second time to double it.
He just wants another peanut.
Sure. So we have to proper stretching. Oh my God.
Hi, Glenn.
A lot of whiskers. Moving all the time. The whiskers are very important. Using to clear the air before you.
Looking. Did they have a bite? Did they have a bite?
If you got food, yeah, chop chop as well.
Is it?
Yeah. But normally, yeah, they stay like this. Kisses. Yeah, Glenn, he like to give kisses. Yeah.
Not in the mouth.
He likes the girl.
Okay, he just finished up with the hero rats, got something to eat. Now we're gonna go to a green market to do some shopping. Yeah. But I know. It also looks like it's about to just start raining. We already heard some thunder, so hopefully it doesn't on this walk. Okay, we're on Pub Street. Well, technically right next to Pub Street, just getting a drink. We were shopping a little bit, thought we should get a drink, get a little buzz, and shop some more after that. So, we got some margaritas, 2 for 1, pretty good.
Strong.
Is it?
It's got a nice kick to it.
And there's Pub Street right there. The weather feels amazing. It's finally cooled down. It's like
about to storm.
It's a little stormy, but the wind feels so good. Okay, I am so excited for this. Look at what I got. It's called a singing bowl, and it is absolutely beautiful. Like, let's zoom in on this. How freaking gorgeous. And then it came with like a little stand. Also beautiful, so it sits like that. Someone is obsessed. Okay, today we get to go see the incredible Angkor Wat. I'm so excited. We are standing outside of Angkor Wat and it already looks incredible. I'm so excited to get inside.
cannot understand it. Anh chậm làm mang áo nó
So big. It feels so small. It's crazy.
make the tower easy. Step on it, how easy it's hard. You know, they start with the
We spent around 2 hours at Angkor Wat, and then we left to go have some lunch. And now we're off to the temple where they filmed Tomb Raider, and I heard it's a really cool temple, so I'm excited to check it out. It's pretty cool. Wow, that's so cool. Look at that. Wow. to the top. You ready? Skinny. So this is known as Unlucky Temple. Yeah, because it gets hit by lightning, I think, from what it's made up of. Kind of crazy. See it? See if he moves. Oh, monkey. Saw two of them. From our 9-hour-long temple tour. Holy shit, it was a very long day, but we survived it. Chase all day wasn't feeling very well, so we just started taking it easy tonight. We leave for Indonesia tomorrow, so we're just gonna pack up, watch some Netflix, and hit the hay. Overall, the temples were super cool. The Tomb Raider one, Tapram, was super cool. Like the trees within the stone, just like amazing. And then the last one, the Happy Face Temple, was super cool, and it was a good day. It was just super long, but we survived, and off to the next adventure. See ya there.